The New York race, my dear friend, provides us with an opportunity that really cannot be put into words, cannot be explained and explicated in any appreciable way. Welcome, Robin, a new member. Welcome aboard. When all of the gnashing of the teeth and the screaming and the yelling and the I'm gonna move and all this nonsense, when all that is down, when all that subsides, everybody says, okay, you get that out of your system. Okay, I'll give you a few more days. Get it out of your system. Go ahead. Go ahead. When the media portray the end of society, oh, you're going to have prayer, calls to prayers. Okay. All right. Tell me when you're done. Now, what do we do? What do we do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is a God, and God gave us a woman named Linda Sarsour. And while New York fights over its new mayor and people are going crazy and screaming and yelling, there is a larger and more serious force shaping the ideological weather, and that is Linda Sarsour. She is not a side note activist or a harmless marcher. She is a Brooklyn-born Palestinian American firebrand who has turned confrontation into a full-scale political strategy. She is deliberate, calculated, and fully aware, my dear friends, that modern politics rewards the loudest and most absolute voice in the room. Our friend Mr. Mamdani is a little boy. He's smart, he's articulate, but doesn't have that killer instinct that Linda Sarsour has. Oh, she drives you crazy and she loves it. She loves it. Sarsour rose from local organizer. Where's that? Where have we heard that before? From local organizer to, from this obscurity to national recognition by combining identity politics, identitarian stuff, with a militant worldview, my friend, that does not tolerate compromise. And she's scary looking. And she's mean looking. She looks, oddly enough, if you take away her hijab, not her burqa, her veil, her face veil, it reminds me kind of like a different version of like a Laura Loomer. She's the antithesis. They are exact antipodal opposites. Loud, brash, dangerous, wickedly smart, and not to be disregarded. My friends, I am a professional wrestling scholar. Specifically that involving the 60s and 70s NWA in the South. And I know the power of the heel. Let me give you an example. If you had, and this is a reality, this is optics, and you can like it or not, it's up to you. I don't care, it doesn't matter. If you had, dear friend, a Times Square group of people, some standing around wearing men, beards. We've seen beards. We've seen beards all the time. Maybe a kufi or there's different tafiq, or there's different names for a Muslim style headwear. Here in New York, you can go to Times Square and you can see those phony baloney Buddhist monks, with their saffron robes. They're phony. Or you can have but if you see a bunch of men standing around, oddly enough, it just doesn't, It doesn't. But a Times Square filled of women in black veils and hijabs. Oh no, no, no. That does something. It's different. I don't know why. I'll let you figure it out. It's different. And when she screams and yells, oh my God, she's perfect. She's the Saul Alinsky. She's the one that everybody has got to drop everything and point to. She broke into national consciousness during the Women's March. Remember that thing? Whatever the hell that was. I think that was the pussy hat, wasn't it? I guess. She didn't wear one, but. And then expanded her reach through relentless anti-Israel activism, anti-Zionism, pro-Palestinian, and constant public confrontation. She doesn't soften her tone for a moment. She does not retreat. There is a lot I admire about anybody who is brash, bold, and dangerous in their powerful recommendation. She speaks in absolutes because absolutes energize movements. You can learn from her. Her politics are not built on persuading you. No, she doesn't care with it. They are built on domination. And she should be front and center. Front and center, not Mom Donnie. He's a pussy. Pardon my French. I'm sorry I had to say it. He's just a little kid with his trimmed beard and his wife. And hey, how are you? And he's grinning and he's eating. Okay. You don't have the balls, my friend. You don't know what it's like. You don't have it. Sorry, this is an older person's game, and you can grab the youngsters, but Linda Sarsour, that's going to be our target. That's going to be the one that we look to. She frightens moderates and conservatives. Why? Because she's not a reform-minded figure at all. She is a replacement-minded strategist. She divides the world into victims and oppressors. And that's it. Antipodal. Manichaean. And as she insists, there is no middle territory. Once she labels you an oppressor, that's it. You are finished. And Israel and the United States, there is no room for them. And if you think Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mate and Mehdi Hassan, those are the biggest butts. You talk about pussies, oh my God. They couldn't carry her jock. She just scares the bejesus of the people. And she has to be front and center. Nobody's going to be listening to me. That is how she drove millions of Jewish women out of a feminist movement she claimed to represent, at least by declaring Zionism incompatible. She said this, that Zionism was incompatible with feminism. And that is how she praised the Nation of Islam for community work while ignoring its long history of anti-Semitism. Oh, anti-Semitism. There is what she does, no, it's not, it doesn't even have a name. That is how she described Israel as a criminal enterprise. And she endorsed the chant for a single state from the river to the sea, which many interpret this as a call to erase Israel entirely. Let me stop you right now, and let me stop and say something, okay? And I want you to listen to me. I don't want you to form any opinion regarding Israel. I don't care what you think about that. I don't care what you think about the Balfour Declaration. I don't care about that. That's not what we're talking about. I don't care. I'm giving you a review of who she is. And she is going to reconstruct. Let me tell you something. For a long time, nobody wants to hear this. For the long time, people said, we feel, and you should feel more of a kind of a we're siding with the plight and the terror and the anguish and the horror and the dread and the killing and the destruction of what is happening to the poor people in Gaza, to the Palestinians. This is awful. People looked at Israel and said, this is wrong. This is excessive. People wonder, why are we funding them with money and bombs? This is enough. With Kushner, Jerry Kushner, he wants to, he wants to turn into some kind of a resort community. I mean, you never saw more people. Israel, now listen to what I'm saying. Israel, the image, again, right or wrong, I'm giving you just the facts. It was lowering and lowering. And now enter Zoran Mamdani. And it changes. People say, wait a minute. Is she with him? Oh, yeah. Not only is she with him, let us tell you who's with him. And they are on our side. Who? Israel. Israel? Yeah. What do you mean? His style, his class, his ilk, Linda Sarsour, that's the enemy. That's the enemy. Wait a minute. Well, what are you saying? Who do you think they're fighting? They're fighting Israel, the enemy of my enemy. Do you see what's happening here? Nobody's going to understand what I'm saying because nobody thinks about this in terms of playing chess. Nobody says, here's how we work things. Here's how we... This is great news. Great news for Bibi. Great news for a lot of people. Great news for... Now you're going to hear people like Max Blumenthal, a brilliant young man, say, yeah, he was the one who said, Antifa, it's not a big deal. Really? I didn't know that. Yep. Is that what you think, Max? That's what I think. You think that? Yep. Huh. Well, and what about you, Aaron Mate? You too? Yeah. And Katie Halper? Yeah. You too, and Abby Martin? Yeah. And all the, I mean, it was almost a lock. You heard every single thing. And I'm not even saying it's right or wrong. It doesn't even matter. You were hearing that Israel was involved in genocide. Israel was involved in apartheid. It was involved in ethnic cleansing. And people were, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute, hold it. Who's that? That's Zoran Mamdani. Wait a minute, hold it. Tell Israel to come back. Not so fast, come back. Do you know about him? Oh, yeah. This is who we're fighting. Now, stop. You're going to say, he's not Hamas. He's not. Tell that to America. Go ahead. Tell that to America. Tell them, they still think in Sharia and communism. They use these labels. So let me explain it to you. You see that guy? That guy is the enemy. Mamdani is the enemy. See that gal? That's Linda Sarsour. She's the enemy. She hates America, hates country, hates our associate, hates Israel, hates everything. Remember, I'm telling you what is going to be portrayed. And all of a sudden people say, well, you know what? I think I just may give Israel a second chance now. Israel's on our side? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's the enemy. Those people have a blood oath against Israel. The same people who want to keep you up at 3 o'clock in the morning with calls to prayer, the ones who want to go in and defund the police with this democratic socialist shit, these are the same people. These are the same people. Wait a minute. So Israel's against them? Mm-hmm. The enemy of my enemy? Uh-huh. And Linda Sarsour doesn't like Israel. No. Huh. You mean Palestinian? No, I mean not at all. Period. End day when I'm gone. Really? Yeah. This is the message. Huh. And what about Mamdani? Oh, he's bad too. BDS, this and that. He was the first. He couldn't wait to tell you. Said he wants to arrest Bibi Netanyahu. Arrest him. He's uninterested in arresting anybody from Hamas or anybody who is a terrorist or anybody else. No, not interested in that, but interested in Israel. You see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with this? Tell me you see this. Tell me you understand it. This is, one time somebody said that Bibi Netanyahu purportedly said, 9/11 is a good thing for us. Now, that might be a very crude way of saying, I don't know if he said that, but it is a fact that if your goal is to explain, if your goal is to explain the targeting, so to speak, the danger of radical Islam, 9/11 obviously helps that cause being explained. And if you don't understand that, there's no hope for you. You see what's happening? Tell me you understand what's happening here. Because I don't think people do. I don't think people do. And right now, the people that we love and we think are great, and they're wonderful, and I think they're terrific, they don't see what's happening here politically. You see, there's a difference between what you ideologically believe and how that belief is portrayed. And something tells me they're doing a list right now. Nobody knew who these people were. They're going to say, this was the stupidest thing we've ever done to elect Mamdani. Stupid. We were doing okay. We were kind of, digging. Now everybody's going to say, thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. And let me tell you something. Let me make sure we explain ourselves very clearly. I'm against anybody being bothered, hurt, harmed, affronted, whatever it is. I am against anybody being pushed around, roughed up. Say what you want. I don't care if you're Jew or if you're Israeli or Palestinian, whatever. I'm against that. But there's a lot of folks right now who are saying the worst thing that ever happened to you was Mamdani getting in there. Oh, yeah. You have no idea. Because Linda Sarsour, she doesn't know how to assimilate. She wants to replace. See, nothing in her record suggests an accidental remark or any kind of misunderstanding, any kind of quote. No. These statements are intentionally placed ideological markers. These are deliberately, and when challenged, she responds with more accusations. She calls critics bigots or racists. You know how this thing works. Or Islamophobes. And by the way, I didn't watch it because they killed racists. I think they killed, everybody's an anti-Semite. Now everybody's going to be an Islamophobe or a transphobe. Stop with these names. She does this, by the way. She knows what she's doing. She does this because her moral condemnation forces opponents into retreat before debate even begins. That's exactly what's going on. See, this is where my psychological point becomes critical. See, politics always needs a figure, a personage to absorb public fear. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most people never heard of Saul Alinsky until someone pointed to him and said, here is the man behind the curtain. Once that happened, the public finally had a name to pin their anxiety on. Saul Alinsky, the father, the drafter, the architect of all that is evil with the radical left. Fear needs a focal point, needs a face. Linda Sarsour has become that focal point because she embodies an entire movement, a movement building ideology condensed into one person. She's not symbolic by accident. She is symbolic by design. And what makes her, my friend, what makes her different from the average activist is her appetite for escalation. Many activists oppose Israel, true. Many argue against policing. Many call for reform. Yep. Sarsour calls for purification. She urges progressives to root out so-called corporate Democrats. She supports primary challenges. She endorses far left candidates like Zoran Mamdani, not only to boost, their careers, but to widen her ideological beachhead inside the Democratic Party. She is the best thing that ever happened to us. The best. She frames and flames, but frames these political fights as liberation struggles. So every basic legislative, disagreement becomes battles against oppression. Oh, let her go. And they are going to, she has been sitting back dormant. She threatens moderates because she doesn't play by traditional political rules. She's not asking for space at the table. She wants to redesign the table. She wants lawmakers who behave like activists. She wants activists who behave like enforcers. She wants a political class shaped by identity-based identitarian loyalty rather than policy-based cooperation. And by the way, she understands 100% the emotional power of this moral absolutism. She knows that if you persuade people that politics is a showdown between good and evil, kind of this Manichaean, you can justify any tactic. That's certainly what alarms her critics. That's what scares them. Certainty used for revolutionary change always scares people. Another aspect and dimension of her influence comes from her global framing. She doesn't speak as if she's part of a local, civic life. She speaks as if she's a part of a worldwide liberation front. She links Puerto Rico to Palestine. She links domestic policing issues to international colonialism. She merges American political life with global grievance. It gives her the aura, this idea of a revolutionary commander rather than a local activist. And it also gives her critics the chilling, scary sense that she's kind of involving and injecting conflicts into American institutions. She's perfect. Thank you. The global resistance, that she frames, or whatever it is she calls it, I guess global, it feeds her incredible ability to recruit followers. They love her. See, people who feel alienated or unheard gravitate towards her, who frame their struggles in epic terms. Oh, my friends, this is the time for us to mount an effort against the capitalist demon, the American despot, who seeks to capture and imprison brown people and Muslims and people of all stripes. All of them led by the evil Israel. And you can hear it. I mean, I'm thinking this is the best thing that ever happened to Israel. She's perfect. She's so obnoxious. She makes people, there's nothing. If you had somebody who, and I'm not talking about looks, I'm not doing that. When I mean attractive, I mean in terms of this anger. Some people are just, you kind of listen to them. Farrakhan was like that. And Mr. Ratha, how dare you? Remember, oh, Jesus Christ, with the bow tie. What he was saying, if you read what he said, you said, well, pretty good. But the way he said it, oh my gosh, she's perfect. She offers that over the top, that epic scale. She gives you like justice language, the oppression narrative and a sense of belonging. She offers to a lot of people this clarity that they're looking for in a world that feels confusing. And that is why her supporters defend her with such intensity. They believe that Linda Sarsour is giving them not just politics, but purpose and power and forward. Oh my God. Her connection to Mamdani and the Democratic Socialists of America. Oh God, it's just perfect. Adds fuel to the perception, and a good perception, that she is involved in a long-term takeover plan. She promotes candidates who reflect her worldview, see, and then pressures them to maintain these kind of hard left and radicalized positions. And she rewards loyalty. Oh no, she punishes hesitation. You better, you know what, or get off the pot. In fact, she understands that institutional power doesn't come from speeches alone. No. It comes from placing your ideological allies, inside government and community boards. This is Islamism, policy-making spaces. Remember, somebody said this is very smart. Progressive politics is a religion hiding or acting as a political party. Islamism is basically politics hiding as a religion. Linda Sarsour plays the long game, my friend. She knows, she's dormant. She's ready to unload. And her influence also expands because she knows how to use backlash as rocket fuel. But she's the wrong foot. She'll go too far. And then they're going to try to pull her back, and she'll say, oh no. And then she'll take her new constituency, her new acolytes, her new followers, and they're going to say, look what they're doing to me. Most activists fear controversy. She courts it. She loves it. She knows that outrage brings and generates attention. And attention is more influence for her. When she makes some kind of a remark that is, shall we say, provocative, she knows it's going to spread across media and social media, and she knows that the reaction will amplify her relevance. She is Candace Owens. They probably agree more than you can imagine. She's Candace Owens. Anything for the attention. Anything. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Candace is going after the pastor, Charlie's wife, Charlie, the church, everybody. She's everybody. She's the lone bellwether, the pole star. She is she's the gatekeeper of who's legit and who's not. And you love it, but you just love all this fiery bullshit that she spews. But that's Linda Sarsour. But Linda Sarsour is smarter. See, Candace she's alienating everybody. The right is alienating everybody. Because here's the thing. Now, you're going to find this interesting. Tucker Carlson is also he is enjoying him. He loves this more than anything else. I'm a lightning rod. Joe Rogan may get more viewers, but Joe Rogan's milquetoast. No, but Joe Rogan does it, and he's smart. No hits, no runs, no errors. He'll talk about UFC one minute, and then maybe licking a toad for some kind of that ayahuasca, whatever the hell it is. Maybe he'll talk about Israel next, and just Joe realized, I don't want it. That's too. But Candace, oh. And then there's that crystal ball from Breaking Point. Oh, she wants to. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. And watch how this will affect, in many respects, the right. And that's why Linda Sarsour will do that to the left. This is artistic level manipulation of the outrage economy. That's what this is. See, this is why Sarsour triggers fear on a deeper psychological level. You know how we talked about coulrophobia, the uncanny valley. I'm telling you, an angry woman in a veil, it's like a uniform. It just scares people. If she took her veil off, it's like Curtis Lewa without the beret. It means everything. This Sarsour is not simply a political opponent. She is high energy, kind of a cultural political disruptor who understands how to blend her thinking, her ideology with spectacle. And she knows how to command a room, and she knows how to own the stage. And this little boy, Zoran, he doesn't know what he can't compare it with her. She knows how to invent and then convert conflict into attention, and then convert attention into momentum, and then momentum into building power. Very few activists know she is good. So ask yourself this. How many of the so-called activists can change the emotional temperature of a conversation simply by having their name mentioned? How many can force lawmakers and legislators into defensive explanations? How many can redraw, the battlefield and the size, the ideological, without even holding office? How many can take local races and transform them into some kind of global struggle narrative or something? That is precisely what the truly powerful activists do. And she is one of the very few who can do it. Listen to what I'm saying. Linda Sarsour is not simply a left-wing personality. She is a psychological force. She is a movement building kind of a technician and artist. She's a cultural symbol. And she triggers devotion, especially now, and dread. And Mom Donnie is going to say, get her out of here. She's drawing too much heat. Good. She represents that worldview, there, Zoran, that seeks not improvement, but replacement. And one of the deals they're going to do, when you try to make a deal, they're going to say, I'll deal with you, but I can't deal with her. Sorry, I'm stuck with her. You don't want to piss off your tribe, your group, your passel. See, that's why her influence keeps expanding. That's why so many people fear her. That is why she stands apart. Oh, let me tell you something. You can laugh all you want. You can say, well, I respect her like you can't believe. She is the consummate heel. She's perfect. And this punk doesn't know what hit him. He doesn't get it. He's going to try pulling that shit-eating grin look all the time. That we're so thin. Let me also say something. There's a lot going on in our world. And I'm going to ask you something. Did you see the latest interviews with Erica Kirk? Did you? Did you see that? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Are you buying what she's saying? Are you buying what she's saying? See, when I tell you this, people get very upset. Are you buying what she's saying? Is there anything about Erica that you think, I don't know is she milking this thing, or is she really? Anybody? Do you have the guts to say it? You know it's true. Your bullshit antenna was going off. You can tell this right away. We see them in all. There isn't anybody out there. Candace Owens, full of shit. Tucker Carlson, full of shit. Shapiro, full of shit. Go down the list. You've got to be. You have, in order for you to do this, because your ideas alone are not enough. They're into performance art. They're into this thing. Candace is this. I'm angry. She's angry at everybody. She's got to calm down. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. She is just what? But you know these things. And you become, you like these people. And you look at them sometimes like, I'm telling you, it's like the Beatles. I like George. I like Ringo. Oh, I can't even tell you. I could advise either people. I look for weakness. I say, who's the leader? Who's the liability? And the liability, right now, for the Republicans and the conservatives, up for grabs. Up for grabs. I'm here in New York, and we've got the old guard. I call them the Ronald Reagan folks. Ronald Reagan, Rush Limbaugh, they're living in the 80s. They have no clue. They're walking around like, what do we do? They go, he's a socialist. I'm saying, use something different. That doesn't matter. I know exactly. I swear to you, I see what's happening. See, polls are one thing. Mom Donnie got 50.4%. And had Curtis dropped out with the momentum, Cuomo could be the mayor. Absolutely. They don't forget that. But I deal with people here in New York who love Curtis. And like I said, I've known him forever. I love the guy. But what he did in New York, he basically screwed New York. Yeah, he did. A lot of people are upset about that. See where MTG is all over the place now? MTG, she's going on. She's trying to get a gig for The View. But see, MTG doesn't understand something. You're worthless if you're nice. You're a heel. You're not a babyface. Sorry. Elise Stefanik is running for governor. God bless her. When she came out, a lot of people thought her pro-Israel stance was obnoxious People say, what is she talking about? Why is she telling Harvard University what they have to do regarding their student? That was then. Now here's Mamdani. Bring it on. See how that works? Tell me you understand this. Just nod. Just nod. Too many people want to make cute observations now. They're not listening. They really don't understand what I'm saying. And I understand it. I recognize it. I got it. I understand it. You'll understand it. You'll get it. You'll see it. It's a game. Who's in charge? What's happening? Where are they going? Who's the alpha male? Who's the best? Who's it? Just watch. Watch the narrative. It is fantastic. One of the most fascinating stories that there is and are. Absolutely. But watch. Before Mamdani, it was one thing. Now it's a different story. He scares people. And Linda Sarsour, remember, what does he do? Does he tell her to beat it, or does he say, okay? And it depends on his leaders, his handlers. What will they tell him? My friends, I want you to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Mrs. L desperately, drastically, absolutely needs, we need her YouTube supporters. There is a move to stifle. She can go on a show. Let me give you an example. She can go on with Nancy Grace, and they'll do some. Nancy Grace is phenomenally popular. Okay. Nancy Grace puts up something on YouTube and people love it. It's great. It's wonderful. Got it? Got it. Then Mrs. L will try to put up or post the very same thing, the very same post that Nancy Grace is enjoying and making money on and monetize. They will not monetize Mrs. L, but monetize Nancy Grace. And it's from an interview with Nancy Grace. Huh? It's like, what? What are you talking? What? Are you following this? It's the most incredible thing. How can Nancy Grace put something, get the credit for it, do well, and Mrs. L puts up the same identical clip and doesn't get monetized because they're after her. Because they don't like the fact that she's talking about big tech. And let me tell you something. For all of you folks who say, oh, APAC is the biggest thing in the world. APAC, okay, all right, okay. APAC, right, APAC. By the way, this is Mrs. L's. This is where she is right now. And I need you to subscribe to her now and show your support at Lynn's Warriors. There's the link. Lynn's Warriors. If you think APAC, you don't know what big tech is. Oh my God, they can kill every deal. They don't want anybody even messing with digital anything. So follow her. One more time, Lynn's Warriors. That's it right there. Okay? She's talking about, you have no idea, the people, the mothers, the lawyers, the hardest working people in the world that get no recognition. She's front and tonight she's going to be. We have a special. We normally do Warrior Wednesday, but because of the race, we're going to be doing Warrior Fridays, Ventilation Friday, with special guest Lynn's Warriors. That's tonight on WABC 77 from 1 to 5. Okay. Also, Lionel Legal. There was a story that I put up regarding a story which is so interesting. Nobody got it. And I mean, if he did, Diddy's such small potatoes. There is a story at Lionel Legal of Praz Michel from the Fugees. Oh, did you see this? This guy is he's like Austin Powers or something. Malaysian influence peddling in the Obama. I mean, he's getting 20 years. This is a great story. that doesn't really cover because, well, he's a black guy. Oh, no. This guy is serious. Absolutely serious. So anyway, that's a line illegal. Make sure you like this. And by the way, to our brand new to Robin, thank you, Robin, for being a new member. We appreciate this as well. And we appreciate you being a part of this. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. 70 to 80% of the people who watch our videos don't even subscribe. I don't know why. I think it's a travesty. Call me crazy. Call me wacky. That's up to you. All right, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious and a beauteous day. Don't forget tonight, 1 to 5 a.m. on WABC. We love you. Thank you so much. So very much. One more thing. Let me remind you of something. 2 people which I think the world of. They are the best. You know you love them. First of all, mypillow.com. Do you have anything MyPillow directed? I love the bolsters, the slippers, you name it. But their sandals and their slides, biggest seller there is. Go to mypillow.com/Lionel, mypillow.com. And right now, if you are not ready for I don't know what, go to Prepare with Lionel right now, because for a limited time, you can secure your 4 free-week emergency food kit for a $247 value for free. PrepareWithLionel.com. Those links are in the description section. Nobody's going to make you prepare for disaster. You're going to sure as hell wish you had. All right, dear friends, have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Remember, Linda Sarsour, watch what happens. Do some research. Look at what she said. Oh, it's fantastic. All right, kiddies. Have a great and glorious day. Until tomorrow, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.